live now. I don't know. They changed the live streams a little bit, but yeah, I think we should be good now. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. But as you noticed by the title of this live stream here, I am talking about rebate checks and the new type of payment for 2025. This is an interesting year so far because we're already getting some announcements in regards to these rebate payments, and these are coming directly from states. So I want to talk about the details of these because we just got a relatively big announcement here, millions and millions and millions of dollars that are going out to millions and millions of people. So I can say this much, I would not be shocked one bit if this is just the start of many, many more states to come that are going to be offering something very similar to the residents of their respective states, okay? So, pretty exciting stuff, and again, just want to talk about it really quickly, plus, haven't been on a live stream in a little while here, so thought, you know what, it'd be really fun to come back and join all of you here in the community and just kind of hang out for a little bit and talk about this. Okay, let's talk about what's going on here. Now, what do I mean first off by a rebate check? What I mean by that is a payment from your state. This time of year, obviously here we are in mid-January right now as I'm hosting this live stream, but it's a payment from your state where they say, hey, yeah, we got a bunch of money from you through taxation and all kinds of stuff like this, and we're just going to give you little crumbs back for the year, right? That's literally what a rebate is. It's kind of like a little, well, we're sitting on a bunch of money right now and we're feeling maybe a teeny tiny bit generous, so we'll just give you a little couple crumbs here, and maybe it'll help you out a little bit. So basically what it is, it's coming directly from the states. Now here's the thing. Over the last couple of years, and I've talked about this before. In fact, earlier today, we just got the inflation report for December. Yeah, December. Sorry, I had to think like, what was the report? Oh yeah, it was last month. I was like, what time of year are we right now? Yeah, it's December. Anyway, it's January now, but we got in the inflation report for the month of December just this morning. Okay, so my point is, what happened here over the last several years is that we had inflation so incredibly high. Well, what happens when inflation is high? Obviously, it raises the prices on everything. What happens when we have higher prices on everything? We go to the checkout counter, we spend more money, and then what does the state get? More tax revenue from sales tax, right? So even though it seems like, oh, you know, we're the ones that's, paying the higher prices and stuff like that, these states have been making a boatload of money off of all of us because we're spending a whole lot more money and they're collecting all this tax revenue through sales taxes on all this extra money that's being spent. So states are raking in the dough right now off of all of us because of the inflation, right? So anyway, my point is, this is where one of these major rebate check announcements is coming from, and what I want to talk about here, because I would be willing to bet, here we are, halfway through January right now as I host this live stream, but we just got this announcement here. I wouldn't be shocked if we see a bunch more of these coming out, okay? This is typically how it goes. If you've been watching the videos here for a while on the channel and you've been hearing me talk about all this stuff, this is typically how it goes. Just like the guaranteed basic income or the universal basic income programs, it usually starts out with one state that has a great idea, and then a bunch of other states jump on board and they're like, hey, that's a great idea, and they'll do the same thing, right? I mean, this is the same old song and dance. They do this all the time. It's rare if one state or like one place only does a simple idea, right? And again, this is kind of the time of year where we're all wrapping up all the things from 2024. We're possibly gathering tax documentation. We're probably going to file our taxes soon, simply because if you're due a credit or a refund, you probably want that right away. I mean, that's the fact for most people. Which, quick side note, by the way, the IRS did announce about maybe a week ago. I'm not sure exactly which day it was. They announced, I don't know, 5-6 days ago, something like that, maybe a week now, that they will start accepting tax returns on January 27th. So that is a Monday. It's about, about a week and a half from now? Is that right? Yeah. No, it's 12 days. Yeah. So it's, almost 2 weeks from now is when you can start doing that. That's when the IRS will start accepting, okay? It's going to be different for your state, but that's just what the IRS announced. Okay. Let's quickly talk about the announcement that came out here and why I think this is kind of a cool thing. And this is coming out for some people right now, but I would be willing to bet we're going to see more of this coming forward here because for the reasons that I just shared with you, states raking in the dough, they're sitting on tons of money, they want to act like a hero, and they might give some of that back to some people, right? In the form of a rebate check. That's why I called it a rebate check in the title, because that's literally what it is. They call it a rebate because that's what it is. It's a rebate. Okay, anyway. Oh, rebate, it's just like, it's not like Okay, anyway, you know what that means, right? Rebate check, just a payment to you. Okay, so here's what it is. New York, the governor of New York announced yesterday, okay? This person announced yesterday that they're going to be issuing about $3 billion to about 8.6 million New Yorkers. Okay, what's the breakdown on that? And again, if you're not in New York, you still probably want to know this information because, like I said, there's a bunch of other states that I would be willing to bet are going to come forward and say something very, very similar about this and do a very similar rebate type program. Again, the dollar amounts are going to vary, the income thresholds are going to vary, the individuals who are eligible will vary, but for the most part, it's going to be a very similar blueprint because that's just what they do, right? They dig out of the same box of ideas, right? They're not very original, these people, with how they do stuff. Anyway, so the governor of New York did announce this, and here's the breakdown. For an individual in the state of New York, they'll be offered up to $300 in a rebate check, provided their income is below $150,000. As a family, you can get up to $500 as a rebate check in the state of New York, provided their income is below $300,000. Then they could be eligible for $500. Okay. I don't know. Seems kind of interesting. I mean, don't get me wrong. 300 would be nice. 500 would be nice, but a family earning 300 grand, I mean, I guess the cost of living in New York is extremely high, so I guess that would help a lot. But I don't know. It just feels like if somebody's making 300 grand a year, do they really care about $500? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they do, but I'm just saying it just seems like there's a massive divide there, right? $500 for a family making 300 grand. I don't know. It's just like a teeny tiny drop in the bucket. But okay, fine. That's the cutoff. Okay. So that is just New York. Now, some of these other states may offer something very similar. They could offer $200, $250, it could be $300. They could offer significantly more than that, right? We've seen that as well. With other states, again, that's what I said. The eligibility is going to vary, the dollar amount is going to vary, but for the most part, there will likely be more of this. And the governor also mentioned this is directly tied to tax revenues because of inflation. I mean, literally, they raked in all this money through sales taxes. That's literally what the governor said. And they're distributing this $3 billion to kind of give some of it back to what they're saying is the middle class. So there you go. Okay, this is a real thing. It was announced. Okay. Quick side note, by the way, I've had other people ask me, is this true about this other thing? Okay, so I've never talked about this before, and honestly, I don't really want to talk about this, but I'm going to say it really, really fast. Yes, they did announce $770 checks for those people that are being impacted in California because of the fires. Super sad situation. Honestly, when I saw that, I thought that is an insult, an absolute insult. Somebody's going through that in California and they get offered a $770 check. Their house burns down and they get a $770 check. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. That, to me, that's an insult. But don't get me wrong, it's better than nothing. But I'm saying, yes, that is a thing, okay? Anyway, I've never talked about it before, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's not really, I don't know. It's just a sad situation, and there's plenty of other people talking about that. If you want to dig into that, by all means, go for it, okay? So anyway, that's the situation. Yes, these rebate checks, the new type of payment right now. And again, this is kind of the time of year when things when things like this are happening, right? And again, I want to say this much as well. I guarantee you, down below in the comments section on this live stream, and probably in the chat box so far, I have not looked at the chat yet, but I would be willing to bet there's probably comments down there that say something like Social Security won't get anything, SSDI won't get anything, SSI won't get anything, seniors won't get anything. I wouldn't quite say that. Here's why. Sometimes there are tax credits that are available on tax returns for some people, a lot of people, but the problem is the only way you can get it is by filing a tax return, which, quick side note, full disclaimer, nope, this is not tax advice, this is not accounting advice, this is not legal advice, this is not professional advice in any way, shape, or form. I am not your CPA, and I do not know your exact situation, therefore, this is not advice, it's just general information. But my point is, I know a lot of times it's very frustrating to think, oh, it's a rebate for, people that are earning however much money. Okay, yes, in general, but at the same time, there are a lot of credits out there, tax credits and refundable tax credits, which means even if your income is zeroed out, A refundable tax credit literally still pays a person if their income is zero. A non-refundable credit does not. The only thing a non-refundable credit can do is take somebody's income down to zero, but it does not refund any money. A refundable tax credit gives money to a person even if their income is zero. That's exactly what stimulus checks are. Okay, I've talked about that before in other videos. I mean, over the years, I've said this many, many times before. That's literally what all 3 stimulus checks were a couple of years ago when we got them. It was an advanced payment. They fronted us the money on an advance of a refundable tax credit that we would have claimed on our future tax return. Rather than making us wait for it, they said, here, take the money now, spend the money now, go stimulate the economy now, and then we'll square away with it later. And that's literally what happened, right? Long story short, what I mean by that is, I know it's frustrating, it's discouraging sometimes when it feels like you're left out. But another thing too is if you're not filing a tax return, you may not know what credits are available to you that may offer some money, right? So anyway, again, not advice in any way, shape, or form. I don't know your situation. All I'm saying is that sometimes there are credits out there that are left on the table because they're not claimed because the tax return is not filed, because a lot of times somebody's income is too low, and a lot of times they may not need to file because of their income being low enough, but then they're also missing out on that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, hope that helps. But again, a big one, I'm just going to throw this out there really quick, just something to think about. It's called the EITC, Earned Income Tax Credit. That's a huge one that is highly focused on the low income. And it's generally worth thousands of dollars, like thousands and thousands of dollars that are available if somebody's circumstances substantiate that. Okay. Anyway, I can focus on that in a separate video. If you want, I can jump into the live stream now, or sorry, obviously run the live stream, the chat box, and we can talk about information there, and I can answer questions, do whatever. So let's do that. And again, this is just New York that is saying this so far, but hang tight. If I had to throw down and throw some money down on this, I would say for sure we will see more states coming forward on this and having their own little idea. Hey, we thought of an idea. It's going to be called a rebate check, and it's going to be X dollars. Whoa, where'd you get that idea from, right? So I wouldn't be shocked one bit if this happens, but this is just kind of like the big main one that has come out so far, and we're still very early on in the year. But as we roll forward, as we get closer and closer to filing these tax returns with the IRS and our states and stuff like that, this is when a lot of money is being distributed all over the place. So I'm going to get into the chat box now. We'll spend a little bit of time there. I can answer questions for you as well, and just do what we can. I can't get into the chat before I start the live stream. For whatever reason, the live streams weren't working, so I have to get into it now that I'm live. But usually most of the time I have it pulled up and I have it ready, so I just pick up my phone and then it's all ready for me. But now I have to actually go in and find it now because my internet was really weird a few times. So yeah. Let's see if I can find the live stream. Hang on just a second. Sorry, I know I'm slow. Here it is. Hopefully this is on. Hopefully it's working. Okay, here we go. Okay, I got scared that it wasn't live for a second. YouTube changed the live stream page. I don't know why they do that. I'm not a fan. But anyway, they changed the live stream page, and this is the first time I've done a live stream since they changed it. So I kind of hit the button. I was like, I don't know if this is going to work or not. So at the beginning of the video, I'm not even sure if I'm just sitting there staring at the camera, not talking. I don't know what happened there, but I'll go back and watch the beginning because it's maybe kind of funny. Yep. Donnie, hello. I see you there. I'm not sure what you just said, but yeah. Hey, Donnie. Lori Wombolt. Hey, Lori. Nice to see you here. Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Yeah. Is it Larry Hazel? Larry Hazel? Yeah, that's a really good question. Okay, I see that ridiculous all the time too. Larry Hazel is saying something, again, Larry, if I'm saying your last name wrong, I apologize about that. I hear different channels talking about them giving stimulus checks throughout the year of people receiving fixed income benefits. That's not happening right now. Okay, just being fair with you. Okay, so no, Larry, that's a really good question. And again, I always say this in my videos, not always, but I say it every so often, which is I'm always going to bring you honest, accurate, reliable, transparent, and information in these videos to help you out in any way that I possibly can. And again, I'm going to give it to you straight every single time. I'm not going to sit here and beat around the bush and say, oh yeah, that's going to come and happen. If it's not true, I'm not going to say it, right? So. Um, Marie, I see you there. Hello. You're saying have a good evening. Corey and Matt, thank you. Really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Thank you for being here. Yep. What's this? Play. There's a bunch of numbers there. Sorry about that. Your name is something like Play something 1958, I think it is. Good question. Okay. So you're saying, can President Trump actually stop the Social Security tax with an EO and executive order? You're asking, right? Okay, I'm going to say this much. I do want to check into that again just to confirm. My understanding would be no, but I could be wrong on that. Okay, I want to double check that before I give it a solid answer on that. But my understanding would probably be no on that. But again, remember. Okay, there's a lot of confusion about the tax that they want to eliminate here. It's not the payroll tax. The payroll tax will still stay in place, but rather it is the taxation of Social Security benefits. So, for example, you're an individual or a married couple, and you have, other income aside from your Social Security benefit of, say, I don't know, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, and then you get your benefit as well. Now your benefit becomes taxable, depending on your situation, right? So yeah, that's what he wants to eliminate, is the taxation of Social Security benefit. And again, I'm not saying that you're asking that. I'm just trying to clarify that really quickly. That's been a point of a lot of confusion over the last, I don't know, several months since we started talking about this. But let me look into that again to confirm that. But I don't believe that one can be done through executive order. But that's a really good question. Yeah, thank you. Is it Buddy Russ? Buddy Russ, hey, you're very welcome. Thanks for being here, Buddy Russ. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining. Yep. Stella Martinez. Yeah, Stella Martinez. I see you there. Thanks for watching. Yep. Thank you for being here. Ronnie Roosevelt, thank you for videos. You're welcome. Thanks, Ronnie, for being here. Really appreciate your support. Thank you. Yep. Shanna is saying, what rebate for millions? I talked about that maybe like the first, I don't know, 8 or 10 or something like minutes of the video. But basically just these states that are announcing rebate checks. So basically they're flush with cash right now because they hosed all of us through taxation, through the sales taxes because of all the inflation over the last couple of years. We go to the grocery store, we go to the stores, we get, we spend more money, and as a result, they get a percentage of that through sales taxes. Now these states are sitting on billions and billions of dollars, and they want to give a little scrap of it back to us, and that's just their way of trying to be like a huge hero, and that's what they're doing. Yeah. Derek Carmino or something like that. Hey, I'm probably saying your last name wrong, but yeah. So you're saying there's no stimulus check. Stop giving false hope. Dude, did I ever say you were getting a stimulus check? I never said that. Did you listen? No. There you go. Diana. Diana's asking, have you seen anything for Wisconsin on disability? That's a really good question. I have not seen anything specifically Wisconsin. I did see an interesting stat about Wisconsin just a little while ago. I think it was something like a record number of people have signed up for some kind of health care or something like that. I didn't really read into it too much, but no. As far as disability, that's a really good question, but no, not right now. I haven't. Thank you. Yeah, Mary saying no money for Social Security. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that, but yeah, I appreciate your comment, Mary. Thank you. Yeah. So Rhonda, Rhonda is asking, is there a link on the IRS website to file taxes if we have no income? Really good question, Rhonda. Good question. So I'd have to look into it again, what the new parameters are for the free file. But every year the IRS does launch. It's called IRS Free File. Basically, what they do is they offer you, a way to file a simple federal tax return through some of the popular software that's out there. And generally they have an income threshold. It's maybe like 72 or 76 or maybe $79,000. That's what it's been historically, kind of around that mid 70-ish range, thousands of dollars. But I mean, obviously if your income is way lower than that or non-existent, then obviously you don't have to worry about that. But generally they do have a free software to do that. Okay, I haven't looked into it yet, but I'm sure that's out there. And if not, it will be at some point. But yeah, that's a really good question. Let me keep you posted on that. Um, Nice. Shanna Mooney. Sorry. Shanna Mooney. Thank you for the nice comment. I appreciate it. Yeah. Glad you enjoy the videos and watching twice a day. That's awesome. Thank you. Really, really appreciate your support. Thanks for being here, Shanna. Brenda, you're saying, what is EIT income? I think you said. I think you might be referring to the EITC, Earned Income Tax Credit. If that's what you're wondering about, just look it up. I can make a dedicated video talking about that, but that's honestly a big topic in and of itself. But basically, it's an earned income tax credit, which basically says it's focused on lower income individuals. It offers a lot of money in the form of a tax credit. Again, if somebody were eligible to take it, you can't just go out there and just be taking all these tax credits. I mean, you got to be eligible for it in order to take it, right? But the people that are eligible for it generally can get thousands of dollars from it. There's parameters around it. I mean, if you have kids, obviously you get more money then. But yeah, there has to be a little bit of earned income, kind of hence the name Earned Income Tax Credit as well. But yeah, I can talk about that in a separate one if you want. James Hubbard is saying hello. Hello, James Hubbard. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, Deborah is saying hello as well. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to go back down to the bottom of the chat again. We'll spend a little bit more time here, probably not a ton. And I'm just doing what I can here. By the way, if I miss your comment, if I miss your question, I am certainly not doing it on purpose, trying to do my best here to get through as many as possible. But obviously, I also know that I'm missing a lot of them. So I apologize about that. I can always make dedicated videos, or I can jump on another live stream. Not a problem. Just I can do whatever I can for you here. Just want to do what I can to get through them. So, yep. Oh no, what did I do? Marina Worthington, you're saying, I'm confused because on the internet they're saying SSI is getting a $1,800 check. Is that true? Not to my knowledge. No. I would say don't bank on that. I would not be banking on that right now. Okay, so yeah, if you're seeing that, I would say, yeah, no. I have known nothing about that. That's not true. Tamika Davis, waving her hands all over the place. Thanks, Tamika. I really appreciate it. So nice to see you as always. Thank you. Eliza B. 1992, I think it is. 1972. Hello. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Eliza, yeah. Eliza. Kenny Hutchins, is it? Are you talking January 15th, 2025? Yes, that's today. January 15th, 2025. Today is Wednesday. Yeah. I had to think, I had to confirm it really quick. It's Wednesday, right? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Yes. Shauna01, is Kansas getting a rebate? I haven't seen anything about Kansas yet. Doesn't mean that you won't. I'm just saying, but I haven't seen anything specifically about Kansas yet. Let's just hold tight. Here's the thing. As soon as one state announces it, usually that's when we get other states that come out and they're like, hey, we got this brainiac idea. We just thought of it last night. And I'm like, no, you didn't. You heard the other states that announced it and then you came forward and did this, right? So anyway, let's just see what happens here over the coming days. But as of right now, I didn't see anything specifically for Kansas, but let's hang on. Michael Jackson. Hey, Michael Jackson. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. David Sierra, you're saying, what about Texas? The Texas, wait, what? Texas stimulus rebate on 2001 tax return. Okay, I'm going to be fair with you. I don't know what Texas did in 2021. Okay, I'm just being fair with you. That was a number of years ago. I mean, at the time, I probably had a pretty good idea. I had all that stuff. I mean, I knew everything that was going on at the time. That was years ago. I don't remember what happened there. But generally, here's how it goes. You get 3 years to file or claim whatever it is with your tax return, 3 years after the date in which it was supposed to be filed. For example, this coming April, I'll give you a quick little note right now. I will make another dedicated video on this. So just beware in about, what is this, January 15th, in probably, I don't know, 2.5 months, I'll probably make a video about this. Why? Because I want to help people get money. But April 15th of this year will be the last date that you can claim a $1,400 stimulus check from 2021 if you did not get it. If you wait until after April 15th of this year for the $1,400 stimulus check from back in 2021, if you didn't get it and if you don't file and claim it by April 15th of this year, it's gone. You can't get it anymore. So anyway, they give you 3 years from the time that you're supposed to, file, from the time that you're, you file your tax return, whatever. That would have been in April 15th of 2022, and then 3 years later would be April 15th, 2025. Right now, well, it's not April yet, but you get my point, right? In a few months here. TLC Carroll, hey, so nice to see you. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. TLC Carroll, you're in Greensboro, I think you said. Yeah, awesome. Thanks for being here. TLC Carroll, I love it. That's awesome. Thank you. KMJ. That's a really good question. Okay, you're talking about okay, if your dependents receive survivor's benefits is what you're saying, and you qualify for a recovery rebate credit, $2,800 or $1,400. Okay, that's like it's a loaded question. Let's just say that much, right? Okay, that's a really good one. Okay, so let's just think back. I'm assuming you're talking about the $1,400 from back in 2021. Is that what you're talking about? I'm going to assume that it is. I don't know that for sure, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that's what you're talking about right now based on the dollar amounts that you're saying there, okay? Okay, if that's what we're talking about, if we go back and think about what happened in 2021, just going back and thinking about it, in the American Rescue Plan at the time, dependents were also getting $1,400. So, for example, a family of 4, 2 adults and 2 dependents, they were getting $5,600, $1,400 per person, right? So, again, I don't know your exact situation, no promises. I'm just going off of what I understand your question to be. And again, maybe I'm totally misunderstanding your question. But at the time, if you have dependents and you are the one that would claim them on your tax return as a dependent and nobody else is claiming them, if you did not get stimulus checks on their behalf at the time, you should be able to get those. And again, this definitely is not tax advice whatsoever, okay? I'm just simply saying, just based on your situation, if you did not get any of that money from 2021, and you go and file and you claim the recovery rebate credit, I mean, you should be able to get that for you and your dependents, right? Unless somebody else claimed it on your dependent, which they would have to file them as a dependent on their tax return, things like that. But provided nobody else did, you should be eligible for that. Okay, so I mean, that could be awesome for you if I'm understanding your question correctly. I hope I am, but I'm just saying, just want to throw that out there really quickly. Okay, I hope that helps a little bit. Exactly. Cat Abshire. I agree with you. You're basically just saying, it's our money. They're giving it back and whatever. And they're not giving it back because they want to or whatever you're saying. But yeah, I kind of agree with you. Yeah. They're acting like they're doing some like good duty or something by like giving us back a little tiny bit of money in this form of this rebate. But yeah, I mean, we paid way more than that over the last couple years here, but we're just getting a little tiny bit back. Yeah, Beverly, thank you so much. I really appreciate the nice message. Yeah, Beverly is saying, thank you for being so informative. Thank you, Beverly. I really appreciate the nice message. Yeah, that's very kind of you. Just want to do what I can for you right now. I know it's a weird time, and there's just so much going on, and there's a lot of money out there. I just want to do whatever I can to help you get it. Yeah. Is it Neva Bryan? Neva Bryan? Yeah, from Texas. Hello. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Diana, you're welcome. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Yeah, nice to see you, Diana. Maria Richardson, will Kentucky be included for this rebate? Again, I have not seen anything specifically for Kentucky, but I will let you know as soon as I do if I hear anything specifically about Kentucky. And again, let's just hold tight, see what happens here, and see what those other states come out with and if they offer anything as well. Ellen Barker. Hello, Ellen Barker. Nice to see you as well. Thanks for being here. Yeah, you're very welcome. Just want to do what I can for you. Just everybody here in the community. Yeah, thank you, Ellen. Really appreciate your support. Oh, I see Corey. Corey is in the chat. I see that. Thanks, Corey. Yeah, play to win. Oh, that's what it is. Play to win. I feel like I could be on a game show now, right? I just solved the puzzle. Play to win 1958. I know, I'm a genius, right? Okay, I just figured that out now. Okay, play to win 1958. Thanks for the nice message. I appreciate that. That's very cool. And thank you. I feel so accomplished now. I just figured out the riddle. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. Play to win 1958. Thanks. Yep. Yes. Okay. Larry Hazel. Awesome. Yeah, Larry Hazel, you're very welcome and glad that clarified it for you. Thanks, Larry. Again, I know sometimes I share information that may not be very cool. It might be kind of disappointing. I get it, but you know what? I'm going to bring it to you straight every single day. I'm not going to sit here and tell you stuff that's not true. There's no point. That doesn't benefit me. It doesn't benefit you. It doesn't benefit anybody. Why would I do that? It's not, helpful to anybody. So, yeah, I just want to do what I can for you. And again, sometimes when I get questions like that come in, I just want to say, yeah, I was going to bring it to you. If I see anything like that, of course, I'm going to bring it to your attention immediately. I will jump on a video. I've always got a pile of phones with me. I have 3 phones I carry around with me all day. My point is, I will, anytime, no matter where I am, what I'm doing, if I see something hit the wire that is very good, I will jump on a live stream immediately and talk about it. If it's something that's like that good, bring it to you right away. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, I know that I did not get all the comments and questions in the chat. I apologize, but let's leave it there for now. I certainly did not ignore people, okay? So if I missed you, I apologize. I certainly did not do that on purpose, trying to do what I can here to get through all of them. There's just a lot of comments in the chat. So anyway, let's leave it at that for now. I can certainly jump on another live stream, no problem whatsoever. Otherwise, I can make dedicated videos. Let me know. When this video goes up here in a short time after I end the live stream, you can leave a comment on it, and I can just read comments. I do that as much as I can. Otherwise, just let me know what I can do for you, okay? I'm here for you. Just remember, this community is all about you. I want to help you maximize your benefit, maximize your income, grab these programs and the money that's out there for everybody. It's going to be an interesting year. I promise you that much. There's going to be a lot of things happening, and let's just see what happens. I'll continue to be here for you, right by your side every single day. It's my promise, and I'm not going anywhere. Thanks for being here. Okay, have a good night. I'm going to turn this off. Now that YouTube changed the live stream, I have no idea what's going to happen when I unplug the mic. It it could be interesting. I could be tapping around here for a while, trying to figure out how to end this thing. So if you're here, you may want to click off now. If not, that's cool too. You can hang around. But I'm going to end this now. Okay, thank you again for being here. Oh, by the way, feel free to subscribe if you want to. It's totally free to do so. I'd really appreciate it. If you don't want to, that's cool too. Doesn't matter to me. Okay, let's do this. Let's hit the buttons. Oh my, look at that.
Are you sure you want to stop streaming?
Yes.
Cancel.
Okay. All right. See you later. Have a good night.